presentation of the National Football League.
Butker out there to get this thing started. And off we go here at Arrowhead. Here comes a return from the 5. They'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. So the Lions come out, and they are led again by Jared Goff. Already year 10 in the league, and half of those 10 with the Lions. Remember, took the Rams to a Super Bowl as well. What a year last year, Greg. Second in passing yards in the NFL.
And we all know how talented this guy is, Mike, right? From the physical sense, that's obvious. But what really separates him, and it really came through when we had a chance to talk to him this week, is really his ability to operate from the neck up. His processing speed, his decision-making. It seems like he's always one step ahead of the defense, and when he's on, he's proven to be really hard to beat.
From 29, here's second down and 6. Out of the shotgun, it's Goff. Looking down the field there, but it falls incomplete.
This offense is doing everything they can to quiet this crowd, and even though they missed on that long attempt, at least it sets the tone that they're going to continue to attack. If they can come up with a completion on one of those downfield passes, it's going to go a long way to settling themselves into this game.
From the gun, on third down, it's Goff. Oh, and that throw not able to be pulled in. It's incomplete. Looked like he may have got a little ahead of himself there. And it's going to bring up fourth down.
So the hope is your 1/3 down conversion from really jump-starting a possession that ultimately leads in points. But after that third down incompletion, kind of throws a wrench into those plans.
On fourth down, Lions going to send out the All-Pro from a season ago, Jack Fox, to punt. Deep to return, it's Nico Remigio. So here come the Chiefs, and that means the 3-time Super Bowl MVP, twice the league MVP. Almost hard to believe, Greg, it's season 9 for Patrick Mahomes.
There's just certain guys, Mike, when they take the field and they step into the huddle, the other 10 players, they just take a little bit of a deeper breath. They're like, man, I'm glad this guy is on our side, and he's certainly one of them. He just brings an element of confidence to everybody else around him, not only in the huddle, but on the sideline, on the defense, the coaching staff. Everyone is better as the result of him being your quarterback.
An incompletion on first down. Here's second and 10. Throwing from the gun. Here's Patrick. That's caught downfield. It's Kelce. And he'll be brought down, but not before they get this all the way up near midfield. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. Not something you want to see in the opening minute of the game. Set to go now on first and 10. Off the bootleg, it's Mahomes. And good yardage there after the catch. They'll wind up with a gain of 7 on first down. Ball spotted at the 45. Here's 2nd and 3. To the air once more. It's Mahomes. That one just too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
There was no hesitation from the quarterback. From the jump, he knew where he wanted to go with that ball, but still leads to an incompletion. They're just still not quite on the same page.
3rd down and 3. Mahomes now to throw again. Into the hands of Juju. He's going to have enough for a first down. He's out of bounds after a gain of 5.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
This one broken up. It's incomplete. The defender right there with him. It brings up 2nd down.
And that's exactly what every defense is trying to do in the passing game. They want to muddy up these windows, Mike, make every throw as contested as possible. No separation, contact right at the catch point, and does a great job forcing the incomplete pass.
I had a defender draped all over him. Incomplete. Good work to body him up and set up a 3rd down.
I got high standards for offensive players, but in this case, Mike, I think I'm giving all the credit to the defender. He timed that one up perfectly, and what could have been an easy play ends up as an incomplete.
Mahomes going to throw here on 3rd down. A ball deep for the end zone. To the end zone. It's intercepted. That's the safety, Kirby Joseph.
Well, we're getting a little test here early, Mike, to see just how easy is this team to rattle. Didn't look like they were able to get through that opening script that they had worked on all week. So I'm going to be curious on this next drive. Do they stick to the plan? Do they pick up where they left off? Or is there a little bit of a reaction, or dare I say panic, to come out and make some adjustments in response to that early interception?
The Lions offense ready to possess the football for the 2nd time. They'll search for the first points of this game as they begin the drive on 1st and 10. They'll go play action with Goff. Short pass taken in by the tight end. And the defense not going to let him wiggle out of that one. They force him out behind the line of scrimmage.
So, Mike, there's this idea that every time a defense blitzes, it has to result in a sack. But there's a lot of other ways that you can impact the play, and we see it here. Get the ball out of the quarterback's hand, get it to the check down, and now you just need to rally tackle and bring him down for a loss.
And that'll go for a gain of 7, and it's going to set up 3rd down. From the gun, it's Goff. And he's very close to a first down, but it doesn't look like he got there. And yes, they're going to mark him a yard short.
When you're willing to throw the ball short of the sticks on 3rd down, you know what that tells me, Mike? The decision to go for it on 4th down has already been made. If you're able to pick it up with yards after the catch, great. But if not, it's a 4th and short, and you give yourself a realistic shot of converting on this 4th down.
The Chiefs offense are now ready to get going on their 2nd possession. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10. Throwing is Mahomes. Short pass taken in by Kelce. Nice gain here. He's going to be marked down at the 35-yard line. a gain of 10. That's enough for a quick first down.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play, and it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch.
In trouble, and he's going to be taken down.
They probably would have been better off just handing the ball off to the running back, Mike, because when they used him as a decoy, nobody fell for it. By the time he finished his fake and got his head around, the defense was all over him.
So after the loss on first, here's 2nd and 14. They'll run with the former 7th-round draft pick, Isaiah Pacheco. And he is not going to get away. Might have gotten a yard, but it will set up 3rd down. Mahomes taking a shot for Smith-Schuster. And he can hang on. It is incomplete. A chance there, a big chance for a huge play, but he couldn't reel it in.
And that should have been a big one. There's no excuse to drop a ball like that. A sure-handed receiver that's this good. I'm not sure if he just didn't track it. I'm not sure if he lost sight of it for a split second, but you get open downfield at this level, that's got to be a big play.
Raymond going to return it. Oh, how about that hit? Wow. He took a pretty good lick at the end of that one. Here's the Detroit offense now, headed back onto the field. And so far, 2 drives, 2 punts, no first downs. Not a winning formula as they start drive number 3. First carry for David Montgomery. He's able to get away from one man, but the reinforcements were there fast. He's taken down for a loss on the play.
This is a great example of why it's so important on defense to sprint to the ball. His ability to make people miss is hard for one guy to get him on the ground. But when you can get everybody to the ball, eventually you can take them down, and in this case, they do it for a loss.
On play action, Goff. A very quick throw there, but not on the same page with his target. That's incomplete.
I'm not so sure he would have picked up the first down had they connected either way, but still, disappointing outcome to not at least get a handful of positive yards on that last one.
3rd and long. Throwing here is Goff. That's going to be incomplete. And it'll leave just enough time for one final play in this opening quarter.
Every so often, Mike, you can see these offenses, and it looks like the passing game gets a little bit too predictable. And as the defense continues to flood the back end of these zones with extra defenders, they're continuing to force this quarterback to not only make some difficult throws, but to put the ball in harm's way.
And he's going to be brought down. And with that tackle, we hit the end of the first quarter of play. So we are through 1 here on Sunday Night Primetime. What will the second quarter have in store? We'll be back in Kansas City after this. The Chiefs have it here to start quarter number 2. First down throw, Mahomes, as we are ready to get back underway. Travis Kelce, the intended target. And it'll be 2nd down.
They tried to go with the quick game here in hopes they could do something with it after the catch, but I don't think everyone was necessarily on the same page, and this ends up being a wasted down.
Mahomes now on 2nd down. Oh, and this one's going to wind up incomplete. That's one you'd think he'd be able to corral. But he can't find the handle, and it's going to lead to a 3rd down.
Anytime you see a receiver at this level miss a ball that easy, it's just concentration. They just take it for granted. All of a sudden, they're thinking about what their next move is or what they're going to do after the catch. And instead of just focusing on first things first, secure the catch, put the ball away, then become a runner.
And he's going to be out of bounds at the 41. That's his third catch of this first half, and good enough for a first down.
You can see this connection is just starting really to pick up. They're seeing the game through the same set of eyes, and that is the job of the receiver. What is my quarterback expecting from me? Where does he want me? Be there on time, and it leads to big gains like this.
Throwing again, it's Mahomes. That one out of the reach of the receiver's outstretched arms. It is incomplete.
So they're trying to get the ball out of the hand of the quarterback. That's the best way to slow down any good pass rush, but the accuracy and the run after catch is a critical part of the play. So when this ball is not thrown out in front, what they call the front shoulder pad throw, it makes it really hard for this slant route to get completed, and the ball's thrown so far behind him.
He's got room at the 30, and they're going to be set up in the red zone. They've got it inside the 15. That one good for 26 yards.
And this is what modern-day running back looks like in the NFL. They want to be able to activate these players in the passing game, no different than they do with the tight ends and the wide receivers. When you look out there and you have a mismatch, you have a linebacker or a safety on your running back, he's expected to win, and that's exactly what he did here.
And a strong first down run, a pickup of 9, setting up second and short. Now, Mahomes. Beauty. He's in. Isaiah Pacheco. Touchdown, Chiefs. The quarterback, with all of his eligible receivers available, uses the back out of the backfield that time, Greg, to take it to the end zone.
And when your running back, Mike, is a valid threat in the passing game, man, it just gives you so many options. And in this case, it was the running back that was the open target. He's able to put the pass on the money. Easy 6 points.
Harrison Butker now for the extra point. He's got it. And the Chiefs will take a 7-0 lead. So now it's Butker following the touchdown to send this one away. Now on the return. Now an opening past the 30. Terrific return. He's taken down just shy of midfield. The Lions offense about ready to take over once more. They'll begin with terrific starting field position. It gets going with 1st and 10. And he's out of bounds inside the 45-yard line. That one good for a dozen, and a very quick first down.
We've seen this trend throughout the league, Mike. Offensively, everyone wants to have depth at the running back position. Yeah, it's great to have one guy, but if you could have 2 or 3 that can all come in and contribute on the ground, that's the goal, and we're seeing it here.
And he maneuvers his way forward, a gain of 6.
When they called that sweep, Mike, obviously they're thinking, let's pick up the first down. They didn't quite get to the chains, but I think they're going to be pretty happy with that game.
Ball on the 36 now. Here's 2nd down and 4. They'll bring St. Brown in motion. On 2nd down, Goff. This one, batted away. It's incomplete. Trent McDuffie right there with the tight defensive coverage.
And you don't earn the reputation this guy has, Mike, without having some really elite ball skills at your disposal. I mean, he's universally considered one of the best corners in the entire league, and when he makes plays like this, it's pretty easy to see why.
Laporta in motion. Throwing, Goff. And that is incomplete, but a penalty flag comes in. That might make this a first down. Goff gives it to Gibbs. Can he get away? No! He's going to be taken down behind the line.
All week long, they stress, Mike, that we have to get as many defenders to this ball carrier as possible. They know he's going to make some guys miss. He's going to be hard to get on the ground, but you can see the effect of rallying to the ball as it had here. They're able to take him down, and they're able to do it for a loss.
Last play went the wrong way. It sets up second and long. It's second down and 12. A quick throw on the RPO is complete. Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up third down.
Just a simple hitch route. Certainly nothing special there or anything downfield, but the idea is the more of those you throw and those efficient passes, the second the defense moves up to take it away, that's when you go for the big ones.
Here's Goff. He's got it at about the 8. And he will easily pick up the first down. They've got first and goal coming up. Took a little long to develop. They stop him for no gain at the 4. Now, following the run, one of the offensive linemen leading the way is a bit shaken up. Halftime is looming, so the athletic training staff can get a chance to look him over during the break. Line of scrimmage remains the 4-yard line. It's second and goal. Goff to throw. And he overshot his man. Out of the end zone. That one's incomplete.
Well, it's no secret to anybody who follows this league. This is one of the elite playmakers in the entire NFL. So he put one high, thinking his guy would go up there and get it. We've seen him do it so many times before, but just puts a little too much on it and ends up sailing over his head.
Throwing here on him in a flash, and he lost the football. That's picked up by the Chiefs. Those are the places on the field where the defense wants to come up with the big plays, and that was one. Down deep, get to the quarterback, knock it out, and come up with the recovery.
Mike, this is one of those times where I think for a quarterback, they get caught in between. Do I want to be a runner and take it in myself? Do I have time to let my wide receivers develop in the end zone? I think he holds on to it just a little too long. The defense pokes it free and creates a huge turnover.
So, here comes the KC offense set to take over once more. We'll see how they want to attack things here, backed up deep in their own end. It's first and 10. They put Kelce in motion. Short throw, caught by the tight end, Gray. And he's not going to get too far, tackled after a gain of just a yard.
Really well done here by the defense, Mike, executing this zone defense, and they've got to be able to pattern read. You're not just going to drop back to a spot and just play like a robot. Based on what the receivers do off the line, the defenders have different rules of where their zones move to. Well, they had that one dialed in right from the jump, and they were able to stop that play really before it got started. Outbreaking routes, Mike, especially outside of the numbers, everything is about the timing. If you're late with the throw, you're going to be watching that defensive back take that thing the other way for 6.
Third down, 3 to go. From the shotgun, it's Mahomes. That's over the middle and intercepted. That's the linebacker, Alexander. And he's going to be looking at a short field for the offense after the INT. Chance to tie the game or even take the lead.
And these are the throws that are really holding the offense back right now, Mike. He just has to make better decisions because you're not going to win many games when you turn the ball over at this rate.
The Lions offense going to see what they can do in the final minute of this first half. They can get back into this quickly now. Very short field ahead. It is 1st and 10. To throw is Goff. That's caught by Gibbs. They face 2nd down and 7. Out of the shotgun, it's Goff. No one open. He'll drop it to his running back. And Detroit's going to use their 2nd timeout as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining until halftime.
I think the days where cornerbacks are either unwilling or unable to be involved in the run game, I think those days are over, Mike. I think when you look around the landscape of today's NFL, yes, you have to cover, but you also have to be able to come up and tackle.
Here's a 3rd down and 4. Williams in motion. From the gun on 3rd down, it's Goff. And he's going to be taken down short of the marker, and that is going to set up an interesting 4th down decision. The official right there to call it. You cannot go out of bounds and then be the first guy to touch it, so that draws the flag. The offense not coming off the field, and here's 4th down. They'll go for it. Here's Goff. This one incomplete. The defense up to the challenge there. They force the incompletion, and they'll take the ball over on down. The Chiefs offense going to get it one last time here late in the opening half. They lead it here in the 2nd quarter, 7-0, as they begin with a 1st and 10. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And he'll work ahead for about 5 to the 25. So, halftime straight ahead, and we send it over to Scott Hansen, who has the EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Mike, thanks very much. Scott Hansen and crew, thrilled to be with you from the Orlando studios at EA Sports. And we'll keep this one short and sweet. Just 1 touchdown on the board so far, 7-0 at the half. Will the offenses pick it back up? To find out, let's rejoin our commentary team, Mike Tirico and Greg Olson.
Just that 1 touchdown on the board. 7-0 to score as the 3rd quarter begins. Here's Smith to return it. Get across the 20, mark them at the 22-yard line. The Chiefs offense looking to get back to work as we begin this 3rd quarter. They lead by a touchdown as this drive begins with 1st and 10. Out of the gun, here's Mahomes. Catch made by Smith-Schuster. And he's got this up close to the 35-yard line. They'll get 11 there. And that's a quick 1st down.
Really nice job there to move the chains early in this drive, but now as they approach midfield, continue to keep your foot on the gas. Don't get conservative. Don't start sitting on the ball. Cross midfield and go. Anytime you find yourself on your opponent's side of the field, you have to be thinking points.
And he can't hang on through the contact. Incomplete. Good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. It'll bring up second down.
They nearly connected on the big play downfield, but he's not quite able to hold on to that ball through the contact. You can chalk that one up as a win defensively.
Mahomes now to throw on second down. Left side, it's caught by Brown. And he's out of bounds inside the 45-yard line. They get 22 yards there. First down, KC.
Anytime you're facing a zone defense, you're working from your first progression all the way through. But when guys are open in this level, Mike, they don't stay open very long. So what they taught us as receivers, if you're open, stay open. And if you're not open, you better get open quick because that ball is coming out.
And they'll move this ball way down into the red zone, inside the 20-yard line. 25 yards, the pickup there. Good for a Chiefs first down.
First and 10 at the 18-yard line.
And while it ultimately worked out for him this time, Mike, this is not a throw he wants to make a habit of because that was risky. When he threw it, I thought that ball was being picked. I think he got away with one here, results in a big pickup and get a fresh set of downs.
And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's about all.
You could just see the frustration on the running back's face as he's getting helped up off the ground, Mike. There was just nowhere to go from the moment he was handed the ball. Give credit to the defense. Great job.
Here's a 2nd and 9. Throwing from the gun. Here's Patrick. A throw behind his man. Can't reel it back in. And that'll go down as an incompletion.
It's pretty remarkable at this stage, Mike, that they're even winning this game. I mean, anytime a quarterback is completing less than 50% of his throws, you just don't see that very often. And it just seems like time and time again, this quarterback and his intended targets, they're just not on the same page.
And this is going to be incomplete. That is a letdown there. Pass looked to be on target. No catch. And now 4th down.
He just stays on his primary read just a little bit too long. I think if he gets that ball to his check down a little bit quicker, not only is the ball completed, but I think there's some room to run. So, again, certain quarterbacks are better than others. The ability to process and eliminate targets quickly to move on to the next, that's a skill that really just comes from experience. So anytime an offense comes off the field after settling for 3, you always have to take the good with the bad. In order to get down there in field goal range, you had to do something positive to move the ball. But at the same time, how are we going to be able to finish these drives and convert for 6 the next time we get down there?
He'll start at the 4. And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line. The Lions offense trotting back out for their first involvement of this second half. The deficit is at 10, so an important drive forthcoming. Getting started with 1st and 10. Oh, and a short throw there, but it's going to end up incomplete. That's a pass he'll say he should have had. Instead, he does not, and it brings up 2nd down.
Well, it's pretty clear the main reason why they find themselves trailing in this game, Mike, has really just been the inefficiency of this offense and primarily out of the quarterback position. I mean, to complete less than half of your pass attempts, it just makes it very hard to compete at a high level consistently in the NFL. And if they want to find themselves having any chance of getting back into this game and winning this one, he's going to have to get a lot better with the ball. Yeah, and this play, Mike, is really just the epitome of what we've seen this entire game. They have not been able to get anything going offensively. It almost seems like they've been operating going in reverse the entire day. In this case, another run, another loss.
On 3rd down, they'll set up to throw. Oh, and that throw not able to be pulled in. It's incomplete. Looked like he may have got a little ahead of himself there. And it's going to bring up 4th down.
Missed opportunities like these are a big reason why they find themselves down double digits here in the 3rd quarter, Mike. Points on this possession could have gone a long way towards making this game competitive, but instead, poor execution, especially in the passing game, and it's another wasted drive.
And he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. The Chiefs offense ready to get back to work. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. On the ground to start the drive with Pacheco. Hey, that's about as exciting a 1-yard run as you're going to see all game. Found a way to dodge that first would-be tackler, but not much after that. It is 2nd and 9. To throw is Mahomes. The pressure there got to him. He's hit as he threw it, and that pass ball's incomplete.
I think that's the sign of a quarterback who's learned his lesson. He's already got 2 picks on the day. Certainly doesn't want to throw a 3rd, so good decision. Just throw it away.
3rd down and 9. Here's Mahomes. To the right side, hauled in by Kelce. And he'll try to use that size and push forward, but it will not work. They're going to get him down behind the line.
So barring an aggressive decision here on 4th down, it looks like this is going to be a 3 and out. So this offense has to get to the sideline and regroup, figure out what went wrong, fix it, because they've got to be able to maintain possession the next time out.
And how about that play on special teams? Perfectly done. It checks up right at the 1-yard line. The Lions offense ready to take over once again. And they're going to hear it from this crowd. They're backed up deep as they start 1st and 10. On the ground to start, they give it to Gibbs. Not much happening there, just a short game. Here's 2nd and 9. Once again, it's Gibbs. He'll manage only about 3, so it will bring up 3rd down. From the gun, it's Goff. He's going to look for the home run ball. And that is incomplete. Isaac Tesla was the intended target. And that'll set up 4th down.
I like the aggressiveness of taking the shot there, but the downside is, Mike, when you find yourself backed up this close to your own end zone, now it brings up 4th down. That is not an enviable situation to find yourselves in. You either got to punt this ball away and play field position, or if you keep that offense out there, you better have a play you feel really good about.
And that's a nice job of getting to him, making sure that return was not going anywhere. The Chiefs offense getting set to get back to work. They'll begin just shy of midfield with a 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Pacheco. What more could you ask for on 1st down? Nice run of 8, setting up 2nd and short. They go play action with Mahomes. Open man downfield is Brown. And he's going to have a 1st down as he's taken down on what is the final play of this 3rd quarter. the fourth quarter going. Now they are in business inside the 15-yard line. Give them 10 more on that one. Just enough for another first down.
2-possession lead, fourth quarter. This is the time, Mike, when you really can rely heavily on your run game. Everybody in the stadium knows you're going to run it, including the defense. They just can't come up with an answer to stop it.
They get about 4 here as he is taken down.
Similar to a tight end, the slot receiver is often considered the safety blanket. He makes all the difficult catches, tends to be a little bit more around the line of scrimmage, and so far today, he's certainly lived up to that reputation.
2nd and 5. They'll run it straight ahead with Pacheco. And not much there. Good defense. Held to no gain.
You know, Mike, what separates the really elite defensive edge players from everybody else is not only their ability to rush the passer. That's what everybody focuses on. But, man, the defensive ends that are good in the run game, those are the guys that never leave the field.
On 3rd down, Mahomes. And he's going to be taken down. Sacked back at the 17-yard line.
This offensive line has to do a better job, Mike, of communicating the protection pre-snap, especially on these key 3rd downs. The blitz overwhelms them from the jump, and now they're picking their quarterback off the ground.
On 4th down, Harrison Butker on for the Kansas City field goal. This from 34 yards. He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. Now a stoppage, we have an injured Lion. And as the medical staff looks him over, we'll step aside. After the made field goal, Butker back on the field to send this one away. Reynolds now on the return. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. Here's the Detroit offense now headed back onto the field. They'll begin with 1st and 10. They'll start this one on the ground with Gibbs. And he's able to force his way through one man, but he can only muster about a yard on that play. 2nd down.
Yeah, so I think as you look back over the course of this game, it's really been the inability of this offense, Mike, to create any sort of balanced attack to get anything going. And whether you look at the rushing yards, whether you look at just the points scored, this offense has to find a way going forward to generate more big plays and more balance, both run and pass. It's certainly not for the lack of trying, but these guys are having a really hard time getting on the same page right now. I mean, he's still looking for his first catch, despite getting a handful of targets going his way.
They need 8 as they come up for 3rd down. To throw is Goff. He'll get this one complete to St. Brown. 17 yards on that play. 1st down, Detroit.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late.
A big play and a much-needed one as well. 53 yards.
Both pre-snap and post-snap, this is about as well done as you can do at the quarterback position. Get in and out of the right call, identifying the holes along the back end, and then the throw. You can't put it in a better spot. I mean, that's just a big-time play.
Here's Gibbs. Nothing developed there. He'll get back to the 5, and that's all.
Just feels like this has been the story of the day for this offense. Just unable to get anything going on the ground, and a big reason they find themselves trailing, and another loss of yards.
Second down, goal to go. Now Goff. And he will score. Game on. Sam Laporta. Touchdown, Lions. Greg, they are pecking away at this one now. Very big touchdown. Gets them right within reach of pulling this comeback off.
Well, Mike, at the very least, they've given themselves a chance, but can they get a stop and get the ball back again for a chance to go down and really make this one interesting?
Bates, good, with the extra point. And the Lions are on the board. It's now 13-7. So, things a little more interesting now. Back to a one-score game as they kick it away. Here's Smith to return it. Oh, he's got room past the 30. And he's brought down right at the 35-yard line. From the gun, here's Pacheco. He's taken down, but just shy of midfield. And quickly, the clock stops again. Defense taking the timeout. $1:54 to go.
First and 10 at the 48-yard line.
They'll stay on the ground and stay with Pacheco. And now we get a timeout by the defense. So the clock stops with 1:50 left in the game.
He's done a really nice job making the most of his touches. They've made it a priority. Let's use this ground game to try to wear down the defense, and right now it's one of the main reasons why they have the lead.
They'll come up here on 2nd down and 5. They'll drop to throw. That one down the field, but they cannot connect, and it's incomplete. Travis Kelce, the intended target. 3rd down coming up.
It's been a bit of a pedestrian game for this quarterback and ultimately this passing game here today, Mike, and I know they all would have loved to connect on that deep throw. I think that stat sheet would have looked a whole lot different, but just a little off in their execution and leads to an incompletion.
Not able to be pulled in. It's incomplete. Looked like he may have got a little ahead of himself there. And it's going to bring up 4th down.
Well, we sit up here all the time and we try to break down why certain plays work or don't work. Well, this one's not real tricky. I mean, he just simply needs to catch the ball. I mean, that close to the 1st down chain, if he just catches that ball and turns upfield, they extend this drive. He's got to come over to the sideline, take a deep breath, tell his guys, hey, man, that's on me. And he's got to go out and make that next play because his team's going to need him to play better as the rest of this game continues.
Here's 1st and 10. Throwing, Goff. Throwing left side, and it's taken in by Williams. And he's down on the other side of midfield. Mark him at the 48-yard line. 19 yards right away to kick off this drive.
All right, this is a good start. Plays like these are definitely going to help as you work your way into scoring range. While you have to be wary of the clock and keep an eye on it, they should have plenty of time here to finish this drive. So this is where it gets really challenging as an offense. You find yourself trailing late in the game. The defense can play you one-dimensional. They know it's a pass-first situation, so extra defensive backs, the zones and the coverage are a little bit tighter and cloudier, and he's having a hard time finding any open windows downfield.
A second down throw for Goff. Quick throw out wide. It's caught. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5.
Not the biggest gain in the world, Mike, but what I really like from the quarterback is just the timing of the drop, the timing of the delivery, and hopefully this can jumpstart this offense in the right direction.
The crowd at Arrowhead roaring. Here's third down. That's caught. Left side. It's complete. And the defense can't come up with a stop there. Gain of 7 and a first down.
Mike, I think we make so much of all these fancy routes, right? The selling, the head fakes, getting in and out of the break. And while that's really important to create separation, that's really more of a man beater. That's when teams want to just play you one-on-one and you have to beat the defender. Against zone defense, like we saw here, it's a lot more simpler. Understand the concept of the play, understand where the holes in the defense are, and get there and be friendly to the quarterback. And if you're open, stay open. That's NFL route running. That's what the best guys do.
Here's second down. Now, Goff. That's over the middle. Taken in by Laporta. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line. So this one in the win column for the Chiefs. They use a little home cooking here. They play a complete football game and send their fans home white hot. So that'll do it for us. For Greg Olsen and our terrific team behind the scenes, I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. Follow us on X at EA Madden NFL. The Chiefs victorious as we say so long.